Hello, welcome to another episode of Bot and Back, and today I am going to give you a transformation tutorial for Craftsman Toys Scattershot, one of the Technobots, in fact the leader of the Technobots, I believe. Technobots are my favorite G1 combiner, so I was very excited that Craftsman Toys started making these guys. So far 3 of the figures out of the 5 are released. I just got these guys. So I'm going to start with Scattershot, and here he is with the original G1 Scattershot. I think they did a great job of capturing the essence of the original G1 character. I especially like the touch of these 2 guns being up here still on him. I think that's pretty cool. So we're going to start transforming him into his spaceship mode, jet mode, whatever you want to call it. And these, oh, sorry. We probably won't be seeing this gun. This gun is for combined mode. This is Computron's weapon, which is pretty cool looking. He's for combined mode. But right now we're going to focus on getting this guy into his vehicle mode. So first let's take off the rifle. It's in there pretty tight. You're going to hear some cats meowing in the background. We're fostering kittens. And I can't tell them to quiet down, so hopefully you will enjoy hearing the kittens in the background. So, first thing we want to do is we're going to lift up this little hatch here, and lift up his head. We're going to turn it around, and then just kind of shove it down in there, like so, and then cover the hatch over him. Now let's focus on his arms. So first, it's going to be a lot of squeaking. This guy has a lot of squeaky joints. I'm going to say he has probably way too tight of joints in some areas. He's not as bad as Afterburner. Afterburner is the other figure that I got along with him, and I'll be doing a video of him next. So anyway, you open up this panel, turn the fist this way, and then bring it down like that. And then we bring this up, and then that closes over. Then we go up here, we pull up this little guy here. He can be a little hard to get sometimes. So we do that. Then let's turn his arm this way, and we're going to compress this and bring this back down. And then we do the same thing on the other side. There we go. So that's the arms done. Next, let us reach in here. Just grab on, there's a spot right here you can get your fingernail on. We're going to pull these I don't know, these little clamps. Clamps is what we call them. We're going to pull those out so that we can take the arms and bring them down on these little crane looking extender things. Now that we've done that, we're going to grab this and lift it and pull this back. Oh, a little sneak preview, there's his big head, but we're not going to do that yet. We did that only so we can bring these tabs and bring them down. And then we just bring this all back up again like so. Now, we're going to leave the arms out. Now let's take his chest. We're going to untab this little bit here. We're going to turn the whole thing around like so, and then push it down like that. Now we bring this whole part up. Actually, no, we want to have this forward first. Bring this whole thing up. You have to have this at just the right angle, and bring this up, and that'll kind of push it in there. So next we want to, let's take these, let's pull out these wings first, like so. We're going to take these parts here and we're going to bring them down like so. Now let's open this, and be careful. I don't like how this is connected in here, it scares me. But anyway, pull that out, and then you just close this again. So you just extend that. And we're good to go on that. Now, let's flip these over, like so. And then we're going to dig our nail in here, pull this out, and then there's these 2 tabs here and 2 slots here, and they're going to go in there. We just want to maybe pull up on this guy and make sure everything's tabbed in real nice. So there we go. Looking good. Now, let's turn him over. It's probably easiest to take these side panels here. Now be careful. These ball joints come off really easily. You're probably going to at least once see them come off. Of course, now that I said it, you probably won't. So, okay, I did that a little... Yeah, nope, there it goes. It came off. And then I always forget. Okay, it should be on that ball joint. Okay, so, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move these wings down first. Untab them from the legs and bring them down. We're going to do that just to get them out of the way of what we're doing here. So, we're going to turn this around. Now, if you look here, there's like that little slot there. It goes into that tab when you turn it around, and that's what I had done a little too quickly. Oh, and you know what? I have it on the wrong ball joint. You'll know it's on the wrong ball joint when it won't turn around right. There we go. Because there's two places you can put the ball joint in here, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because these 2 pieces are exactly the same. I don't know. Bring that up and just tab it into that piece there. So there we go. Now, what we want to do, this is a little bit tricky. Let's do something easy first. Let's fold in the feet and the heels. So that's done. Now, you kind of want to dig your thumb under here and grab this. This is probably the tightest part of this whole transformation. You bring that up, and then you can pull that out, like so. Let's do the same thing on the... so you do that. Let's lift these up. These go right up. We want them lifted up so that we can see what we're doing. That's better. Let's start over. So we're here. It's a double hinge. Do that. And then when you do that, if you do it correctly, you'll see that enough of an opening appears here that this tab here can go into it. Basically, it'll do this. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. All right, so really get that double. There we go. And then this tabs right in. And you know it's right because this will be seamless here. So we do that, and now let's connect the legs together like so. And let's bring these panels back down. All right, we're getting there. So next, oh, this one's kind of painful. So we're going to take these tail fins. It looks fine, but they're on very tight. So we're going to turn those around. Now let's pull these wings out, like so. And let's just fold them up a little bit to get to keep some room here. What am I forgetting? I am forgetting to pull these out. So let's pull these out here. So now what we want to do is let's bring the wings up a little bit. Actually, no, let's leave the wings down. So we want to take the arms and we're going to tab these tabs here into that slot there on both sides. So we did that one. Same for this side. Tab that in. So it should look like that. And then really all we need to do, I believe, is just bring the wings down like that. All right, I believe that's it. So there we go. That's our space jet mode. And oh, let's fix that too. These can actually move a little bit more forward. There we go. I love this space jet. I think he is awesome. There are a few things you can do with him. First of all, he has landing gear. Let's pull that back. That helps him stay pretty stable when you put him down on the ground like that. The other thing you can do is we need to put the landing gear back up. There's a tab right there, and there's a slot right there on the gun. And you can put that in there and arm him up. It's a horrible sound effect for shooting. Anyway, so that's him. I love that transformation. I think he's really cool. Another thing I like to do is you can actually put the wings in a little bit like that. I think he looks even cooler like that, to be honest. Kind of has a Cyclonus look to him. And here he is compared to Scattershot again. And there's one problem with this knockoff. This will not stay together. So you get what you pay for. But anyway, so I think that's pretty cool. Like right down to even having landing gear. That's neat. This guy can have complete landing gear. If you bring this down. But anyway, so that's a comparison for that too. So I'm going to show you his transformation into a turret mode. Okay, what I did was I brought the wings in, and we're going to bring these guys around. Oh, they're so stiff. So stiff. Okay. Let's untab the arms and just get them out of the way for a moment. For uno momento. We want this. I keep forgetting to bring them close to the camera. We want that up. We want this tabbed in. And this tabbed in, like so. Okay, we're gonna undo these. And, okay, so let's untab this again, because I want to show this to you. This is one of the tighter joints on here that's very frustrating. Let's, in fact, untab his legs so it's a little bit easier to get a hold of it. So you gotta just kind of wiggle it, and you can take this and push it. Ow! I just pinched myself. See that? Okay, you want to close these first. We're gonna pull them back out later, but ow, that hurt. So just keep wiggling that. You can actually reach in there and kind of push it. There we go. Push it out like that. You just want to do that so this can extend as far as possible. Just be really careful because that's very tight. So let's bring this back up. Let's do the same thing for the other side. We're gonna. Oh, that one was much easier. That's nice. Good. I wonder. Hopefully, I'm hoping the more I transform him, he will just get looser and looser. So let's tab his legs back together again. There we go. Let's bring this back up and tab that in on both sides. There. All right. Before I forget, let's. Here. Sadly, I always forget which way to turn these for this part of the transformation. Actually, I can figure this out. Okay, so we're going to twist this. So I would hate for this to break for you. So this part here is so thin. I mean, the plastic's very sturdy on these, but please hold it here when you turn this. Here, I'll hold it from this side to make it easier to see. Hold it here. See what I mean? That's tight, and I'm worried it's going to snap something. So you want to do that, and then same thing on the other side. Hold it real firm, and then turn it. There we go. Okay, we're going to come back to this in a second. So let's turn him back over, and let's push these up as far as we can. So now we're going to bend the legs as much as we can. These aren't going up. There we go. We want these to go up. We want to bend these up as well. And the whole point is to get them so that these two tabs on the end will go into these two slots. Now I'm going to warn you, I have tried and tried and I have tried. I cannot get them to actually... You're kidding me. Every time I'm filming, some magic happens. That's the first time those have slotted in correctly. I swear, I don't do this. I'm not making this up just for the laughs. That has never... I don't know. Maybe I just... My mojo kicks in when I'm filming. So we want to bring this back out. If you don't bring this back out, he will not be stable enough to stand up. So finally, what you want to do... I cannot believe those went in. I was trying so hard to get that to work, and I've transformed him 5 or 6 times now. Anyway, all right, so let's bring this here. We're gonna turn that like that. Now, let me explain what we're doing first. There's a slot here. There's a tab here. This is a little tricky to get, so we're gonna turn it this way. We're gonna turn this here, and it should go into that. And of course, it goes right in. Once again, filming magic. I shouldn't say anything. I should just do it, and so you guys will think that I'm just incredible. See, okay, this one's having trouble. This is what I'm talking about. It just doesn't always go incorrectly. There we go. We got it. I want to tell you though when something is difficult to do, so that you'll know it's coming and you'll know that it's frustrating, and I can like tell you the best way to, deal with it. So there we go. I believe that is it. We pulled these out, correct? We did. So that's like a fun little turret mode that he has. You can bring these wings down if you want to, or leave them out. I kind of like them staying out, honestly. So you can take another figure. So you can like take, well, sneak peek. Here's Afterburner. So you can have Afterburner there ready to fire his cool gun turret. Let's compare him to the G1. They do such a good job of just getting the essence of these original figures. I don't know if these colors are right. I feel like because this is a knockoff, that pink color, I don't remember. But I think they just really, really, really get the feel of these guys in a really fun way. So there we go. That is our turret mode. I saw someone online do this. I think it was Rising Sun or Empire of the Sun. It's on YouTube. Basically, if you do a search for Craftsman Toys, you'll see who I mean. They just do a really nice transformation. And yes, I do learn from other videos. What I try to do though is I make sure I do it one way and then back. Otherwise I probably wouldn't even be doing these videos. So he did this. I don't know. He said it was kind of more G1. I don't know if I see it, but maybe he means it looks more like that. But he's facing the wrong way. So anyway, I don't really like it, to be honest. But anyway, okay, we're gonna go to the combiner mode now. So let's untab these and bring his arms up. Untab, bring his arms up. Untap this. We're going to bring his legs out. Now it's good that these are extended like they are, because we need it to be that way for the combine mode as well. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is, with these out, with these extended, we're going to close the legs, or the shins, and snap those in. We really don't need to, I don't know why I opened these again. Really don't know why I did. Oh, because I did that little fan mode thing. So, okay, those are closed. So the next thing we want to do is we want to turn that, and we're going to bring these up, like so. See that? And I'm going to bring these out. There's a little slot in here that'll go onto that tab. There we go. So that's one. Let's do the other one. So we bring this down. Oh, we got, yeah, bring that down. I just want to get that tab in there. There, that was a little easier that time. So we want that out like that. Next thing we want to do is, let's open this. We're gonna shove this back down and close it again. Now let's bring these kind of halfway up. We don't need to put them all the way up, but let's do that. Let's bend this. Oh, I don't know. I didn't like that. I didn't like how tight that was. Bend that. Oh, first let's go down here. We're gonna untab that. We're gonna untab that and bring that up. Let's leave this here, that panel. And let's take this and we're going to push it back up and then turn it back to how it was. There we go. And then let's bring this back to here. You want to bring this up first. Bring this back, and then we're going to take these tabs. We're going to bring the arms up like they were back in robot mode. And we're going to bring these tabs forward and tab them in. I'm going to give you a suggestion too. Back when we turned him from robot into spaceship, jet, whatever, I'm going to suggest don't push these down all the way. You don't have to. Make them so they're about that far, because it's much easier to grab them and pull them out again. I see some people have to actually use tools to get them out. So when you fold these in, you don't have to do it all the way. So let's bring that in there so that clamps down. And now we're going to pull up the head. Ta-da! There he is. We're going to pull up the head. We're going to turn it around. Now there's this panel here. We're going to open this panel and pull out these antennas. Like so. I don't understand this blue plastic. This looks like light piping. In fact, I think it was light piping. The only way you can see light piping is if the back of his head is open, and even then, this is painted over his eyes, so I don't know what's going on. So that's the only way you're ever going to get light piping with him. It's very frustrating, because I love me some light piping. I think, like, he's got that nice silver blue on his face. I would rather have light piping and have it be clear. So I don't understand. I feel like they changed their mind on something while they're making him. Anyway, so there's his head. So we want to bring this back. Well, here, let's push this down. Let's kind of finagle this, because it's on like this double hinge. We want it to be over here. We're going to bring this back down, and then there, bring that down like that. If you can see what I did. So there's his head. It's all set for his combined mode. We're getting there. So next thing that we should do, I think, oh, let's go back here and close these. We don't need those open anymore. And then what I think we should do is let's take his arms. Let's grab this thing here. I'm gonna put this up just so the shadow's not in the way, so we can see a little better. So we lifted this up, and then we're going to bend this and turn it like that. So it's like that. So there's this tab, and there's a slot here. So you know what I'm going to say, but those are going to go together. Now, here, there's a tab, and here there's a slot. And so when you bring this down, that tabs into there. Like that. So that's in there pretty secure. I like to fold the wing in. So let's do the same thing on the other side. Pull this out. Bend it and turn it. And tab that. Oh, sorry, this should be up and out of the way. And then tab this in. Sorry if that's a little hard to see. And then we do the same thing. That tab goes into that slot. Like so. Now, while we're here, let's take this gun. We're going to double hinge it down and turn it. And just kind of push it down like that. Same thing for other side. Let's turn this. Actually, double hinge it out, turn it, and just kind of bring it down. Like so. What we're doing is, this is where the combiner arms slot in. So we're making room for them. All right, I'm gonna fold that in. We're almost done. We're kind of almost done. Okay, we're not, yeah, we're almost done. So now we're going to, let's separate these. And then after we separate them, we're gonna bring the legs as far up like this as we can. Same for the other side. We want to just push them up as far as possible. So he looks like that. Sorry, this is bothering me. This is crooked. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now we take this part here. Now, I know parts forming. This is kind of the opposite of the mecha invasion we did earlier, where everything is included. These are definitely not all included. So what is nice, though, kind of nice, is there's this part here, and once you have both feet, you're going to be able to put them both on here and kind of like make it like a weapons platform. Once we have everything, I will show you how to do that. I'm going to transform this part and get it ready for combine mode. As I'm doing it, though, I will show you quickly something I did not understand, and someone on the TFW 2005 boards showed me. So let's untab this, pull these out, bring them down. Now, if you ever, okay, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to put these on, you need to pull this down. I didn't know you could do that. Then you can pull this up, switch it, and put it down again, and then close this. So that when it was back in that, like, I'm just going to do it real quick, like, when it was like that, then you want to turn this. And then this little tab here can plug in. And then you're going to be able to do that with both of them once you have both feet. Now, I had no idea that this was hidden in there. And the instructions, I don't believe the instructions said anything about it. So I thought that I had seen pictures that you could do that. And I thought they just canceled it and that you couldn't do it anymore, because I just did not see how to combine them. So you have this out because this is what connects this to Scattershot. I don't love parts forming, but at least they try to make this into something instead of just sitting around. So I'm sorry, I'm not telling you what to do here. So, so we closed that back up. We brought these panels down. This was like that. So this was like that. So we bring this down and we turn this, and we do that for both sides. Oh, and then this was like that, and then we brought that down too. And then we bring these panels down. And now, this is going to be the front, this is the back, and this is the back. So let's lift up this panel here, because underneath that, there is where this goes in. So that's why we want this to be up as far as we can, so it makes room for this. So here we go. You know what, this is getting in the way too. Let's get the wings out of the way. There. There. And then close that over it. Bring this back up. And so we have the torso on him. Now what we want to do, let's close the wings again. Now that we have our space that we needed. Let's bring these together and tab them, the legs together. Now we want to going on? Okay, folks. Let me show you what went wrong. So, I was not able... These just weren't going up where they need to go. That's why it was so important to make sure that that double hinge was extended all the way. It's not extended all the way. Now it is. See, that's... Oh great, it's not coming undone. That's when it's not. You don't want it like that. You need it extended even farther. That's what was wrong. There we go. Now it's extended. You know what? I used to try to edit this stuff out. I would go back and transform the whole thing again and record it. But I think this is good to show you if you have that mistake. It shows you why it's so important to do certain bits. So those are extended. Let's put the legs back together again. And then this should be able to go up. That's better. See? Now it goes up all the way. Now, there's not really anything... You would think that these two parts here would tab into something here. They don't. This just goes up. But you're still going to have this being stable because you're going to untab this, and this tab will go into that slot there. And that keeps that secure. Same thing for the other side. There. And now we're going to take the feet and bring them down, and then bring these down on the other side, like so. There we go. Is that it? Is that him? Are we done? There's one more thing. If you would like to have storage, this tab here goes into this slot here. So you can just tab that guy right in. You can tab that guy right... There we go. Now, that's kind of a long backpack. I'm not going to... I hate that term. I'm not going to lie. Why would I lie? But I just said it. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest with you. I do think that's a little elongated. So if I'm going to complain about the Studio Series 86 Devastator's backpack, I'll have to complain about this too. I still think it looks cool and it's compact. So anyway, there he is. That's his combined mode. Okay, let's get him back into his other mode. So let's take off his gun and just flip his feet up. We can just flip these feet up here. We're going to untab this on both sides. And then just swing the legs down, separate them, and then bring them up. Bring up this panel here. And we're going to slide this guy out. Okay, so to transform the torso, let's bring these up first as panels, and now let's untab this. Now we're going to turn the legs, the thighs, and then bring this up, and actually we just bring it up. We're gonna bend this in like so. Same thing here, bring this up, bend this in. And then we bring here we want to move these, that helps. And we bring these both in together like so, and then this here will tab into, it's got, yeah, this will tab together like so. There. And it's back into its little base mode thing. So let's go back to this guy. First, let's bring the legs out a little bit. We're going to tab these back in. Both sides. And we're just going to bring this out. Bring the legs down. Take this and push it. Ow! I just pinched myself. Bring this down, but see that? This up. Okay, you want to close these.
We're going to untap this.
First. We're going to pull them back out later. But,
untap
ow, that hurt.
and bring it up a little bit. And untap this. And then just bring the arm down. And we can close this. Same for the other side. Untab and bring up. Untab, bring this down, close that. In fact, let's take these guns and turn them and push them up. And let's turn the arm and then close it in there. Same here. Bring the gun up. Open this thing so we can turn the arm and close it in and close this. There we go. Okay, so let's just tap. Let's move this down all the way for now. There. Let's move his head back. We can reach in here and untab these little clamps here. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. I don't know what's going on with my light. Maybe you can see it better than I think you can. Maybe it would help if I got closer. Untap the other one. And bring this up. And bring this out. Let's open the back of his head. Move his antennas in. And close this. And then we want to turn his head around. And then let's bring this hinge around. And watch carefully. Then we do that. So that way it's nice and snug. So when we go back in, it fits in. You can just close that. But we're not quite done. Sorry. We want to pull the arms down. And we want to move these back. And remember, you don't have to push them all the way in, because it's much easier to pull them back out again. Same on this side. Now we can bring this back up. And then let's go down here. Just temporarily push these down and untap this. Turn it around. And push it up like that. And move this up a little bit. We're going to move this down. And again, you got to finagle this a little bit so it connects just right. Oh, I'm sorry. This should not be pushed up. You want to push this down as much as you can. That's why it's not fitting. And there we go. And that's in there. And then we can take this and move that down. And move the wings out. Like so. Let's move this back up. We're going to reach in here and tab this guy, and these two tabs will go into these two slots. Two tabs, two slots. And just it tabs into there. There we go. Now we're doing the turret mode. So what we want to do is we want to first let's open this up, pull this out, and close it. So we have our gun. And all ready to blast stuff. So next we want to extend the arms, and we're going to twist the arms, and we want to make sure we're holding here when we're twisting so nothing snaps or stresses. Same for this side. Turn it so nothing snaps or stresses, and then we have it like that. Now, we want to grab down here and pull up. Oh, that's never happened before. Okay. I want to grab here and pull. Let's get these wings out of the way. Just for now. It'll be easier and spread these out. So we're going to pull this up, and then I don't know why this is so hard at this point. Yeah, pull this out, and sometimes it just doesn't want to come out. Yeah, that one came right out. So I don't know what is going on with this guy.
I just had to brute force it. Scared me. I got it out though. So now that these are still really extended the way they're supposed to be, bring these forward as much as we can. Oh no, let's leave them out. Let's leave them out like that. Actually, as far back as we can. Let's close the feet. Just going to tap this back into the legs again. Like so. Now, we want to take this hip skirt here, untab it, and it came off the ball joint again. Untab it from there, and we're going to bring it up here. Same for here. Oh, they're already untabbed by itself, and then we bring that up there, and it tabs onto that little bit there. And then bring these down first. So they're like that. Then let's turn them up. And we want to bring the legs up as far as we can. And then, actually I should tab the legs together. There. Bring legs up as far as we can. And then these tabs will go into these slots. Now we want to bend the arms and then bring them in, and then they will slot onto these tabs. And there's a slot here and a tab. There's a tab there, and there's a slot there. Same thing on this side. Bend this down, turn it, and tab it into that slot. There we go. Now we want to extend these. Like that. And I like to have the wings out. We forgot the most important part. We want to put the gun on here to make it extra boom boom bang bangy. There we go. We have our turret. Very cool. And then let's finally turn him in, well, not finally. Next, let's turn him into his jet mode. Take off the gun. Untab these. Untab this and bring it all the way out. Let's separate the legs, it's easier. We want to double hinge this as much as we can. And then we close this down on the leg and it tabs in. Same for here. And this tabs into the... Sorry, this leg's in the way. Let's do it on this side. This tab. This tabs in, like that. Do it again. This tabs in. And then close it. Actually, let's leave this out, because we're going to be doing jet mode. So now that we've done that correctly, let's put the legs together. And then let's bring this down. There. Let's bring the wings out. Let's take these back tail fins. Let's turn them around. Rotate them. Now, let's bring the arm up, and we want to unbend that, and then we're going to twist it that way. Let me show you from the top. Unbend that, bring it up. We're going to twist it that way. Now we just want that tab to go into that slot. There, that is in there. And let's see, let's just fix that up a little bit. I believe that does it for our jet mode. And once again, we can take the landing gear and take it out. Or we can arm it up by putting this tab into this slot. And there we go. There's our jet mode. Let's get him into robot mode. First, untab this, and untab this, and let's bring this up. Oh, I forgot something. Hold on. For jet mode, you're going to want to have this extended too. And then you would have been done with jet mode. Sorry about that. Okay, so we want to close these. Bring this up like that. Let's untab these. Bring these out, untap the legs. Let's collapse these in, like so. Okay, so these were double hinged. Let's pull it out, and we kind of want it to be like that when we close this again. There we go. Same for the other side. Okay, we want to have this down like that, and we'll close the shin. There we go. Very nice. Let's bring the heel and the feet out. And we're going to bring this in and tab the wings into the side of the leg. And let's untab this and turn it all the way around. Like that. The same on this side. And bring these down. There we go. And that should do it, I believe, for... Oh, no, I forgot something. Let's bring these tail fins around. They're very stiff. Same for the other side. Bring this around. Ow. Okay. Home stretch. Let's untap this, bring it up, bring these panels down. We want to bring these up. Now let's not collapse the nose cone yet, and I'll show you why in a second. So we do that, and then we want to bend this so that we can push this up and rotate it, like so, and then push this in. So it tabbed in, so this is secure. So now we want to, why does this get stuck sometimes like this? There we go. Bring this back. And all we're going to do, we're going to bring the arms up like that. And then we're going to bring these clamps around. The ones I told you not to push in all the way, so that now it's much easier to grab them. And do that. Now we push this back up and close it, bring this down and tab that in. Now this is why I told you not to put this in yet, because you're going to lift this up. It's really, really, really hard to get at the head. It's not if you don't push this in yet, because we can just untab this and there's the head. So you can just push from down here and then grab it. Pull that out, bring it down, and bring the head up, turn the head around, and just flatten that out. And there's his head. And you can close that thing. And now we can close it. We can do that and close this. And tab that into the back. And the head doesn't always stay the most secure, but oh well. And then finally, pull out this tab so we can extend that, push it back in, untab this and pull this out, and pull his fist out. Collapse that and collapse that. Turn this and bend, and then the fist can turn that way. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Untab this, extend the arm, close it again, untab that, open, bring the hand out, collapse that under, close, bend this here and turn the bicep, and then just turn the hand. And there. That is Scattershot all done. Now we can just take the weapon, pull out the handle, and just arm him up. And we're done. That's him. So I hope you found that helpful. And I will be doing a video soon of Afterburner. I really look forward to getting the next and the last two of the set, which will be coming out. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. In the comment section, if you have any requests or suggestions, or just want to say hi, please do so. I love interacting with my viewers. So you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.